Hi, I'm Claire, and I'm just here to give you a short welcome video to the 21-day A-Level Chemistry Bootcamp, just to give you a few simple rules that will really help you talk about this week and just help you to make a really good start on the course. So, my name's Claire. As I said, I have about 20 years of teaching and tutoring experience in A-Level Chemistry, IB Chemistry, and all the sciences at GCSE and below, as well as maths. So I've got a really broad range of experience. I've worked in international schools, in independent schools, in state secondary, in sixth form colleges, and at university. So I've got a nice range, which is good because there's currently 150 people on the course from all sorts of different backgrounds. So hopefully there'll be something in this course for everybody. And I just have behind me here my 5 little rules, I guess. They're not really rules, guidelines for getting the best out of the next 3 weeks as we work on the course. So I'll go through them in case you can't really see them. They're a little fuzzy behind me. Number 1 is to make time. So if you haven't already done so, I want you to have a look at this week, just for now, and try and find when you are going to spend preferably 1 hour per day on the activities and assignments and videos that are going to come at you this week. Because if you don't think ahead to do that, you will easily fill the time and think, I'm going to do that later, procrastinate, and then you won't get round to it. Yes, you can still see the materials after the course. Yes, we're all very busy people, but the thing is to get into the habit of finding the time, because we all know that there are times when we just let it all go and a whole day goes by and we haven't done anything we wanted to. So make some time. Also set aside for the Q&A, which is the only live bit. So this week's Q&A is Saturday at 5 p.m, which is British Summer Time, and that will be on YouTube, and you will get the link for that in advance. Number 2 is to be positive. So you may find chemistry very hard. Be positive about the fact that you can improve. Change your language in the way that you talk to yourself. Okay, so if you are constantly saying, oh, I always get this wrong, or I can never work this out, let's get rid of words like never and always and just start thinking, well, I often get this wrong, how can I improve it? Instead of saying to yourself, I just don't understand titration calculations, let's say that you don't quite understand them yet, or that you could understand them better. So always think of yourself in a process of wherever you're starting from that you can make improvements, because it will really release some of the pressure on yourself and help you to learn better. So if you remove the stress of constantly thinking that you're failing or not good at a subject, believe me, I'm sure that you are much better than you think you are. Third one, related to that, is to be active in what you do. So you're going to have to put some effort in. If you don't put effort in, you won't make improvements, that's for sure, okay? Because your brain isn't going to take any notice of anything that doesn't take effort. It won't make new synapses, it won't build any skills unless you actually have to put the hard work in to do it. So when it comes to watching a video, don't just sit and watch it while you're on your phone doing something else. Make some notes. Think to yourself, what can I take away from this video? How does it apply to me? What are the best things that I could do when I next do this type of question or work on it? If you are doing practice questions, you need to be doing them without your notes, and preferably you need to be doing them under timed conditions. That might be extra time if you have extra time, but still you need to force yourself to actually do the effort. Don't go jumping to the answer video before you tried to do the question to the best of your ability. Okay, if you need to do easier practice questions first before you do the harder ones, that is fine, because that's a way of building your confidence, but it's active. It's still not looking at your notes while you're doing it. And another way to be active is when you are trying to recall facts, equations, colour changes. Again, you need to make it hard to recall them. Don't just match definitions, because that's easy to do. Try and write the definitions without looking at anything. So, multiple choice questions, they can be hard, but for matching definitions, they're not. So if you're practicing retrieval practice, which comes up in a couple of days, make it effortful. You have to put in effort. Number 4 is ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Teachers love questions, really love questions. Honestly, so long as they're not like technical questions, please don't ask me those. This link doesn't work. I'll try, but that's not my forte. But chemistry questions, bring it on, whatever you like. And I realise I sometimes say in the videos to email me questions, but actually it makes a lot more sense to use the comments in YouTube to put your questions down. So use the comments, because then I can see lots of questions all in one go. It's a lot easier than sorting through my email box. There's 150 of you on the course, so it's also easier to look at comments than it is to try and sift through multiple emails. And so on that note about asking questions and the number of you that are on the course, my last point is simply to be kind. So that goes 3 ways. Be kind to me and the time that I'm giving up. So obviously I've given up time to create the resources. I work full-time as a teacher. I tutor as well. I have a life, sort of. Not much of a life in lockdown, but be respectful of my time. And so therefore be kind to me. If you want to give me comments about the videos, I don't mind. I'd like some feedback about which videos work best for you and why. If there's a particular technique I'm using, writing over things that's useful. If you think I don't need to have a little picture of myself in the corner, that's fine. But just be aware that video editing is not my career, and therefore it's unlikely that I'm going to make a huge improvement over the next 3 weeks. Be kind to other people. So there is everybody on this course, from chemistry teachers, just some new chemistry teachers who wanted some ideas and tips. There are people who finished both years of A-level chemistry and who might be retaking in the autumn. There are people who finished 1 year of A-level chemistry, that's most of you, I think, and are therefore just looking to go back over that first year. And then there are people who haven't started A-level chemistry yet. Not going to lie, some of this is going to be way too much for you at the moment, but it's always good to be enthusiastic and try and make a head start, and some of it will be. So that's a huge range of people from different schools, with different teachers, and different exam boards, and I'm trying to cater for all of you at the same time. If you see a question on the comments and you think that's really stupid, scroll on and don't say anything. If you see a question and you want to help, just be sure you are helping before you do it. Otherwise, scroll on and I'll deal with the questions. So be kind. Let's not have anything personal about anybody, please. And then the last bit obviously applies to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Eat well, sleep well, stay hydrated. That's how you learn best. If you totally miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just catch up. And if you're really struggling on some of the calculations, again, don't beat yourself up. Think, what can I do to practice and go back and find something easier to do? Because there is no point adding to your pain, and let's face it, chemistry can be a painful subject, by just adding on your own emotional pain. It's not going to help. So be nice to yourself, be nice to me, be nice to others, and then we will all have a fantastic time learning and recapping and revising our first year of chemistry together. So I will see you soon, if not in one of the videos, then in the live Q&A on Saturday. And happy chemistry.